What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. I want to get this prediction out just so I can get it out of the way. It's a really easy prediction to make. As you guys know, when I first announced the fight on my channel, I gave you a preview of who I was predicting and who I thought would win. But I figured I'd get my official prediction out there and open it up for you guys. Leave your comments and let me know what you guys think will happen. That's the fight with Erislandy Lara versus Alfredo El Perro Angulo. And it's a really fight, the way I see it, the way I forecast it. It's a really fight, an easy fight for me to call. And in light of what Yadamo Rigondeaux did with Nonito Donaire, and I know they're both different fighters, but I see it playing out the same way. Rigondeaux and Erislandy Lara, they're both Cubans. There's some similarities. Obviously, what Rigondeaux is able to do in the smaller weight divisions is something completely. He's on his own level. So I'm not saying Erislandy moves as fluid or he's as defensive or anything like that. So um, what I am saying is he's more of a technical boxer than Alfredo Angulo. To me, Alfredo Angulo has not looked the same ever since the James Kirkland loss. He went to a detention center, I think 7 to 8 months, and his comeback fights, he did not look the same. He didn't look like the same guy that was um, beating people like Gabriel Rosado. He didn't look like the person that had James Kirkland hurt early in the fight. Um, he just looks different. He looks like he doesn't take a shot, absorb the shot well. I don't know if it was the long layoff or the detention center, but he fought a kid. I forgot the kid's name, and the kid was giving him hell. Like it was a pretty close back and forth fight. And to me, Alfredo Agulo has always been a fighter who I love to watch just because it's mindless action. I mean, he has heart and he has punching power, and those are really his big skills. I think he lacks stamina, footwork, things of that nature. But he's an entertaining fighter. I'm a fighter, or excuse me, I'm a fan who likes all types of boxing. I like people like Brandon Rios. Sometimes I just want to chill out, veg out. That's what I am with everything, whether it be movies. Like I like cheesy '80s movies, '80s action movies, but I also like good films like The Departed or Inception, something with actual substance and good acting and that kind of thing. Forrest Gump, Road to Perdition. You know what I mean? Just different films. And that's how I am with pretty much everything. Music, boxing is no different. Sometimes I just want to see a slugfest, and I can appreciate that. But I can also appreciate Yadamo Rigondeaux or Marquez or Floyd Mayweather when they lace them up, Bernard Hopkins, and they put on a beautiful boxing masterpiece that is technically sound and they have all the fundamentals. So I enjoy the best of both worlds. I feel like when it comes to boxing, I feel like Blade. If you guys ever seen the movie with Wesley Snipes, they're like Daywalker. All the vampires are pretty jealous of Blade because he can't. He's able to go out in the daylight without dying, and they can't. That's why they call him Daywalker. And he's like, I have all of their strengths, none of their weaknesses. So he has a superhuman strength that the vampires have. He has the teeth like the vampires have, and some of the agility and speed, and basically the good traits. But he is also able to go into the daylight, unlike the other vampires. And that's what I feel like when it comes to watching boxing. I can appreciate the slugfest and just mindless action, people trying to knock their heads off and fighting with pure heart. But I also appreciate the sweet science aspect. But as far as this Erislandy and Laura, Erislandy, Laura, and Angulo, I really don't see it any other way. Alfredo obviously has a puncher's chance because he hits hard, but I see him getting his head boxed off. I think Laura's going to give him just too much movement, and there's going to be too much going on for him to capitalize or corner the much smarter, in my opinion, the much smarter fighter, which is Erislandy Lara. If you know Lara, you'll know that he fought Vanes Madriosin. He didn't look necessarily spectacular, and I didn't like how that fight ended. But Vanes has a lot of credentials too, as far as his amateur career and that kind of thing. Um, I think he should have beat Paul Williams. So just I did a video about robberies, and I've included that because I thought that was a robbery. I thought he clearly beat Paul Williams in their fight. So it's a guy that's been around the block, and I just think he has overall better boxing abilities, more technically sound. He's definitely more fluid with his movement. If you go to YouTube, you'll see there's a sparring session where he's with those young twins that fight, Jermel Charlo, and it looks like he's getting some good work in with them. And these guys are, you know what I mean, young, strong, up and coming prospects. So they had a good sparring session. I just see him being too much, probably stopping Angulo in the later rounds. Again, I see him lacking stamina. If not, I just see it just being a clinic, similar to Yermo Rigondeaux and Donaire, but probably worse because I think Donaire has more of a skill set, of an overall skill set. Even though he was overmatched against Rigondeaux, I think he's a better overall fighter in terms of, because he does have speed normally, and he's a smarter fighter than Angulo. Like I said, I'm not taking anything away from Angulo. I'm not hating on Angola. That's just my overall take on this particular fight. Erislandy. So looks like another Cuban victory if my prediction comes right. Let me know what you guys think of this. Erislandy Lara, Alfredo Angulo. Do you think Angulo stands a chance? Do you think he'll beat Lara? Leave a comment and let me know what you think the outcome will be. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Until next video, it's Ego signing off.